Pat Dwyer is the quarterback, and he goes to Jake Conway straight ahead, and Jake gets a couple out to about the 45, maybe the 46. And Kevin Odell there on the hit for Middlebury. Give them two. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Raiders, their own 45-yard line.
Down on the field before the game, Jack, walking around, talking to some of the players. Very loose, very confident, feeling that they can come into this game tonight, knowing that every team is ripe for an upset, and this could be their night tonight.
Tight right is Paller. Wide left is Chris Mayhew and also Joe Duval. And Duval is in motion left to right as Dwyer barks him out. The backs are split. And the handoff goes to Stempeck. He took it straight ahead and squirts his way to about the 50-yard line before he's dropped. They're going to mark it just across the 50. It picks up 5, and Ryan Denneker again on the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and close to 2 for the Raiders at the 50-yard line, just on the Middlebury side of the 50.
I know this is the first series of the football game. Big 3rd down play here for Rutland. Must keep control of the football and do to Middlebury exactly what they do to their opposition. Control the clock, control the football down at the line of scrimmage, keep the drive going. To do so, they must convert here on 3rd and short.
Backs are split with Stempeck and Conway. Duval is in motion right to left, and the handoff goes to Conway straight ahead. 1st down and more inside the Middlebury 45, down at the Middlebury 43-yard line. He picks up 7. That's a Raider 1st down. Martin Manning on the stop for Middlebury. We're just underway, coming down on 10 minutes left, 1st quarter. No score. The Raiders have picked up their first down of the ball game, and this is the first series of the ball game.
Nice option in the backfield to have Jake Conway, the power runner for Rutland, from the backfield position. File also on the tackle in there for Middlebury. And usually when you tackle Jake Conway, it's a combo job tackling. 1 or 2 people needed to bring him down.
Aaron Bailey is in. He's wide left along with Duval, who's in motion left to right. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Middlebury's 43. Handoff to Conway. The inside handoff. Took it off the right side. Gets it to the 40. Picks up 3. 2nd and 7 for the Raiders. Aaron Walker on the hit for Middlebury.
Trying to give Middlebury a taste of their own medicine. Power running right up the middle. For the most part, they've run the ball 4 times on this initial drive. 3 of those have been carries by Jake Conway right up the middle, trying to soften up that defensive front used by Middlebury.
Aaron and Seth Bailey are in. They're wide right, and the backs are split. 2nd and 7 for the Raiders, the Middlebury 40. Seth Bailey's in motion right to left. Dwyer drops back, way back to the 50-yard line, and he's sacked. And getting in there on the sack was Aaron Walker. Dwyer went back to throw, got flushed out toward the left. He lost 10 back to the 50-yard line.
And nobody picked up Walker coming from the tackle position defensively for Middlebury. He's already been involved on a couple tackles already for the Middlebury defense. Nobody picked up Walker. Number 63, Aaron Walker, right off. He was actually lined up at the defensive end position on that play, and he just came right into the backfield. Dwyer was flushed to his left and just couldn't shake the tackle from Walker.
3rd and 17 for the Raiders at the 50-yard line. They mark it at the left side hash mark as Seth Bailey's in motion left to right. Mayhew wide left. Dwyer rolls right. Dwyer looking, and he fires down the middle, and it is complete inside the 40 and down at the 36-yard line. After the completion to Jake Conway, that picked up good yardage. It picked up yardage down to about the 36-yard line. It picked up 14, but it'll be 4th and 3 for the Raiders as Manning made the tackle for Middlebury. But they're in 4-down territory. That picked up 14 yards on that pass play from Dwyer to Jake Conway. Raiders have it at the Middlebury 36. They go for it, 4th down and a long 2. Dwyer now on the handoff to Conway off the right side. Breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Breaks his way inside the 30, and he's down at the 28. Conway picks up 8 and a Raider 1st down. Kevin Connors on the stop for Middlebury. So the Raiders had it 3rd down and long. The big pass play from Dwyer to Conway. And then on 4th down and close to 2, the Raiders pick up the 1st down on the 8-yard pickup by Jake Conway.
Conway says, do it my way, which is straight ahead power running. One play after the big 14-yard reception, Conway up the middle was hit initially at the line of scrimmage, kept the legs running south, picked up the 1st down. 1st
and 10 Raiders, the Middlebury 28. Bailey in motion right to left. Here's the pitch to Stempeck. Sweeps right, tried to turn the corner, couldn't do it. As he stopped at the line of scrimmage, it'll be 2nd and 10 as Rindergoddard in on the tackle for Middlebury. Paris Rindergoddard.
Remember that name from a year ago.
Yeah. Goddard. R-I-N-D-E-R-G-O-D-D-A-R-D. Paris Rindergoddard.
Like to buy a vowel, please? Say that one 5 times fast, Jack.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders. No gain on that play. The Raiders have it at the Middlebury 28, right side hash mark as Dwyer barks him out. He's got Seth Bailey in motion right to left. Handoff goes to Conway off the left side, and he takes it to about the 26. Picks up a couple, as it will be 3rd down and 8 for the Raiders. No score. Clock running down, 6:22 remaining here in the first quarter. Aaron Walker on the stop. Going to see this game kind of zip on by. I don't feel that either team will take to the air that often tonight.
Why would you? If the strength of your game is running the football.
I only mentioned Middlebury.
From both teams.
Only a couple of times tonight for the most part. 3rd down and 8 for the Raiders at the Middlebury 26. As I say that, Dwyer to throw. Rolls right, gets the pass away, and it's incomplete. He almost had his man down around the 25-yard line. It's either Duval or Matt Daly who was in at a tight end spot.
And Dwyer got on his horse, rolled to his right, got good blocking from his lineman, was flushed out of the pocket towards the far sideline.
It might have been Paller who was over there too. Yeah, it was Paller.
And he was pressured. Dwyer was pressured by 3 defensive people from Middlebury. Had the presence to shed 1 tackle and have the strength to throw it downfield, nearly completed.
Raiders going for it, 4th down and 8 at the Middlebury 26-yard line after the incomplete pass. Dwyer drops back, looking. Dwyer shoots it down the middle, and it's incomplete. He wanted Stempeck at the 5-yard line, and it was knocked away on a nice defensive play by Mike Phelps. So the Raiders did well, picked up a couple of big first downs, but on 4th down and 8 from the Middlebury 26, they were turned away, and Middlebury takes over on downs, 1st and 10. And its own 26-yard line, just across the 25. Clock stops with 5:50 left, first quarter, no score. Well thrown pass intended for Stempeck down the middle, but a nice defensive play by Phelps. Willie Mackey is the quarterback, and the wingback reverse goes to Sheehan. He turns the corner for a couple out to about the 28-yard line. John Watson, who's in the lineup tonight, in on the stop for Rutland High. Picked up close to 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Tigers at their own 29-yard line.
Keep your eye on that clock. This drive started for Middlebury at the 5:50 mark. Be interesting to see what happens at the end of this drive, how much clock will be remaining.
Willie Mackey is a sophomore quarterback. The ends are tight. They operate out of the full house backfield. It goes to Masurik on the give. Took it left and tried to turn the corner. Nothing there. He lost about a yard. And Greg Birajiklian getting in there to make the hit. It'll be
a run off of Birajiklian. Probably not a good idea if you're Coach Blake Brakely from Middlebury. Birajiklian, one of the better run stoppers in this football league, got low on the play and wrapped up Masurik in the backfield for a loss of 1 on the play. So defensively, Rutland doing well so far in the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers, their own 28-yard line. Well, Sheehan is getting a breather now. Again, the Tigers operate out of the full house backfield, which is similar to the wishbone. A fake to the fullback, pitch back to Phelps, and he sweeps right, turns the corner out to about the 35-yard line before he's bounced out of bounds, and he was bounced out by Dana Atwood and also Jason Schmidt, but it's shy of 1st down yardage. They mark it at the 36, or at the 35 as they bring it toward the middle of the field, the right side hash mark. It's 4th down, less than a yard for Middlebury at the Middlebury 35-yard line. So the Tigers are not going to go for it, I don't believe. This early in the ball game, they're going to punt the football away.
Here's a situation now where you know your defense is strong. Punt the football away, make Rutland beat you. Little confusion here.
And we got some penalty markers down. There was a timeout called.
They did get the timeout.
Did they get the timeout before? There's a penalty marker here. Let's see what the penalty marker is all about. Middlebury would have it 4th down and 1 at its own 35-yard line. No, they did get the timeout. Billy Moran and Mike Stempeck will be back deep for the Raiders. So that is a Raider timeout. A little confusion defensively. None of the, we're going to keep it right here, none of the coaching staff. I don't know if that was an inadvertent Did they have too many men on the field? Is that what happened? And then they called for the timeout before that happened?
Could have been. 88.
They did have too many men on the field. Yeah, they did have two. That was Matt Daly who was trying to get off. They had too many men on the field. They knew it and called for the timeout, so they never did call it, even though the flag was thrown. The timeout was called before the flag. So it's 4th and 1 for Middlebury. They're going to boot it away. They have it at their own 35-yard line. Jeremy Everett back to boot around his own 22. Gets the line drive boot away to Moran. He drops it and picks it up again and gets hit immediately at his own 32-yard line. Billy Moran had it around the 35, lost the handle, and then pounced on his own fumble back at the 32. So the Raiders go on the offense for the second time in this one tonight. In a scoreless ball game, 4:22 left here in the first quarter.
Rutland did a super job on their first defensive stand of this football game. Middlebury known for time-consuming drives, taking 6, 7, 8 minutes off the clock. They took the football at the 5:50 mark, did Middlebury. 3 plays later, they're punting the football back to Rutland. So the Rutland defense did the job on the first drive of this football game.
Chris Dupuis is the center, the sophomore center. He's over the football. The Raiders in the eye. Pat Dwyer, the quarterback, barks him out. And the handoff goes to Stempeck. Nothing there. He's going to be dropped. After losing 2, back to the 30. Aaron Walker there on the tackle for Middlebury. What we're seeing tonight, Vince, and we've mentioned it a few times already, 2 outstanding defensive units.
And you may be right, Jack. In the pregame, you pointed to the fact that whoever makes one particular mistake in this football game could prove to be crucial, being that both teams are going to slug it out defensively, and could be a big play by either of these teams' defense here that could swing this game.
It's 2nd and 12 for the Raiders. They have it at their own 30-yard line. The double tight end set up with Paller and Daly. The backs are split behind Pat Dwyer. Second down play, and the handoff to Stempeck takes it straight ahead. Squirts his way out to about the 33. Tripped up right there. And Kevin Odell on the tackle for Middlebury. 3rd down and 9 for the Raiders. They have it at their own 33-yard line. No score. 3 minutes left first quarter. Now Paller is out, and Chris Mayhew is in for Rutland High. Mark it at the right side hash mark as Mayhew will bring it wide left. Duval is a wing left. Backs are split with Conway and Mike Stempeck. Duval is in motion right to left now as Dwyer barks him out on 3rd down. Play action. Rolls left. Throws left. It's incomplete. He wanted Duval up around the 40. Up around the Raider 40. Went behind him, and the Raiders will have to punt the football away. 4th and 9 at their own 33-yard line.
Pressure coming from Keith Denneker, number 88, for Middlebury. As Dwyer rolled towards the near sideline, which would be his left, came all the way to this near sideline on the rollout, intended for Duval the whole way on that play. And just the pressure from Denneker forced Dwyer into throwing the football just before Duval had finished running his pattern towards the near sideline, and he overthrew the pass play, incomplete on 3rd down.
Phelps and Connor are back deep for Middlebury. Aaron Carbonell back to boot around his own 20. And the snap is a good one, and Carbonell gets the boot away, and Phelps looking for a fair catch. It hits on the Raiders side of the 50, but gets a Raider roll and rolls inside the Middlebury 45 to the Middlebury 40 before it's blown dead. So Middlebury has pretty good field position. 1st and 10 at its own 40-yard line, just shy of the Middlebury 40. It was Kevin Connors with an S at the end, and also Mike Phelps back deep for Middlebury. It was Phelps who called for the fair catch. Middlebury has it just shy of its own 40-yard line, going left to right here in the first quarter. Well, Mackey is the sophomore quarterback, and the handoff goes to the second man, and getting his way out to about the 42 is Ross Sheehan. Dana Atwood on the tackle along with Jason Schmidt. Picked up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Closer to the 43. Give them 3 and call it 2nd and 7 for Middlebury. The Tiger 43-yard line. 1:55 left in the first quarter. There's no score.
Full house backfield makes it hard for us to see who's got the football.
It's just like the wishbone, and we'll see that next week with Essex.
It's just as tough defensively. Who's got the football for Middlebury?
In the full house backfield, Mackey on the handoff to Masurik, breaks a tackle, takes it to the 50, to the Raider 45, and Moran drops him at the Raider 43-yard line. Rob Masurik, who took it up the middle, got hit, and then took it to the outside as he broke a tackle. Picks up 14 yards and a Middlebury first down. 1st and 10 Tigers at the Raider 43-yard line.
And at the 43-yard line, Moran made what could have been a touchdown-saving tackle as Masurik bounced it from the inside back to the outside towards the near sideline. There was only one player back for Rutland. It was Moran. He made the tackle.
2 setbacks now. Sheehan, a wing left. The inside handoff to Masurik. Takes it against the grain to the 40. Still on his feet. 35 and down at the Raider 33. Picks up 10 or 11 yards on that play.
Tackled by Barry Whitney of Middlebury. Strange as it is to say that, number 66, Whitney, the center, was downfield blocking for Masurik and exactly
ran into his own man, yeah. Picked up 10. It is a Middlebury first down. 1st and 10 at the Raider 33-yard line. Right side hash mark. Sheehan, Cosmo, File, and Masurik left to right. The full house backfield. Zach Daly is wide right. Hand off to File off left tackle, and he cracks his way down to about the 25-yard line. Picks up 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. Dana Atwood and Jake Conway there on the tackle. They're going to mark it just outside the 25 at the 26. It'll be 2nd and 3. 41 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now it's a power I setup for Middlebury. Jed Malcolm is wide right. Mackey play action, rolls right, throws. He wants Malcolm, and does he make the catch at the 3? It was awfully close to being out of bounds. I'm going to say he was in bounds and knocked out of bounds at the Raider 3-yard line. Willie Mackey to Jed Malcolm after the play action. That picks up 23 yards, and that is a Middlebury first down. They're going to mark it at the 4. 1st and goal, Middlebury at the Raider 4-yard line. 9
pass attempts the last 2 games for Middlebury. The first one of this football game, a huge one, picking up 23, bringing the ball down to the Rutland 3-yard line.
He looked out of bounds to me, Vince, but... And we got a whistle. All kinds of whistles as the clock stops with 27 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Was it a Middlebury timeout? Middlebury with a timeout, no score. When we come back, Middlebury will have it 1st and goal at the Raider 4-yard line. We'll be back after this 30-second break. Left first quarter, no score. Sheehan, File, and Masurik left to right in the full house backfield behind the sophomore quarterback, Willie Mackey. Barks him out on the long count. And the handoff to Sheehan, takes it to the right. He's going to be tripped up after a pickup of about a yard to the 3. Stem pick there on the tackle for Rutland High. It'll be 2nd and goal for Middlebury at the Raider 3.
And you'd think it'd be Middlebury's ground game that got them into this situation here. To this point, actually to this drive, Masurik finally established the ground game on the 5th play from scrimmage. It was the pass play that got Middlebury knocking at the Rutland goal line.
Zach Daly's wide left, Everett tight right, and they don't get the play away. That's the end of the first quarter. So when we come back, Middlebury will have it on the other side, going right to left in the second quarter. And they will have it 2nd and goal at the Raider 3. After 1, our score, Rutland nothing, Middlebury nothing. We'll be back after this 30-second time.
Down on the field.
I know.
They called it in, so that's...
And I know you only need one, but they're pointing to me from the Middlebury station. You only need one in bounds, but 1 put in. Double wing set up for the Middlebury Tigers. And the handoff goes straight ahead, and getting his way down to about the 1-yard line is Cosmo File before he's stopped. Great play action and faking by Willie Mackey. And Brian McGuire there on the tackle for Rutland High. So File picked up a couple, got it to the 1. And it's 3rd and goal for the Tigers at the Raider 1-yard line. The Tigers back in the full house backfield. Mackey now on the handoff to Masurik, and he takes it off the left side, touchdown. Rob Masurik scores from a yard out for the Tigers, and Middlebury leads it 6-0.
9 plays on the drive, Jack. The big play again, surprisingly, the drive started at the Middlebury 40-yard line, was the 5th play from scrimmage, the big completion down to the 3-yard line of 23 yards. And Middlebury, not known for throwing the football, had been doing a nice job running the football on that drive. It started to pull the Rutland defenders towards the line of scrimmage, and that's when the pass play opened up downfield, setting up the first touchdown of this football game.
And the Tigers will go for the kick on the extra point, and it's a fake. Malcolm was back to kick. Mackey throws to the end zone and is complete for the 2 points. As making the catch was the tight end, Jeremy Everett. And it's 8-0 Middlebury. We'll be back with a kickoff after this 30-second timeout. On his tight end, Jeremy Everett, on the two-point pass play. 8-0 Middlebury. Here's the kick picked up at the 38-yard line by Aaron Bailey, and he takes it out across the 40 to about the 41. Aaron Bailey was one of the up men, and the Raiders go on the offense again, as in there on the stop was Ross Sheehan. Jed Malcolm was in to attempt the extra point. The quarterback, Mackey, was the holder, and I didn't look right to me because they told us Joe Sheehan is the extra point kicker, and he wasn't in there.
Getting back to that touchdown drive for Middlebury, how valuable is Rob Mazurek? I remember his name a year ago, the first game of the season up here for MSJ. Very dangerous out of the backfield. 3 carries for 35 yards plus the touchdown on that drive alone for Mazurek.
Raiders have it 1st and 10, their own 41-yard line. Duval is in motion right to left. Mayhew wide left. Dwyer rolls left, looking. Penalty markers down. He's going to keep Dwyer to the 45 to the 46. He's hit there. Pat Dwyer took it left on the option. Picked up 5. It would be 2nd and 5, but let's see what the penalty marker's all about. Jack Allen there on the hit for Middlebury.
It's going to be in the area of a holding, unfortunately, for Rutland. They're talking to the Middlebury defense.
Yeah, it will be.
The flag was thrown at the offensive lineman for Rutland in the area of a holding, usually in that situation.
It is holding against the Raiders, so they'll wipe off that 5-yard run by Pat Dwyer, and they'll wipe it off the board and repeat first down. Early going second quarter, 10:52 left in the half. Middlebury has an 8-0 lead. They mark it back to the Raider 28-yard line. The Raiders have it first down on about 25 at their own 28-yard line. Raiders back in the eye, and a couple of receivers wide right. Seth Bailey and also Chris Mayhew. And the handoff goes to Conway straight ahead, and Conway gets a couple to the 30. It will be 2nd and 23 for the Raiders, their own 30-yard line. Now it's Aaron Bailey in. He's wide right. And Seth Bailey is wide left. And the backs are split behind Dwyer. Now Seth Bailey's in motion left to right. Dwyer looking to throw. Throws it right. Coming out of the backfield. Complete to Stempeck out across the 35. And he's really bounced out of bounds by Jed Malcolm at the Raider 37-yard line. That little swing pass, the screen from Dwyer to Stempeck. Picked up 7.
Nearly deflected at the line of scrimmage. There was one Middlebury defender right in between Dwyer and his receiver to the near sideline. Nearly batted down at the line of scrimmage. The pass was completed to Stempeck. Got some good blocking downfield and picked up 7 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 14 for the Raiders. Remember that holding call earlier. Raiders have it at their own 37-yard line. But one setback now as Dwyer barks him out. Dwyer drops back, and he fumbles the football as he is hit, and Middlebury is recovered at the Raider 20-yard line. And let's see who'll recover the fumble. On the fumble recovery, it was Keith Denneker. Denneker recovered the fumble. Dwyer went back to throw. He was hit, fumbled the football. Middlebury recovers. And Middlebury will have it 1st and 10 at the Raider 21-yard line. Middlebury in front in this ball game, 8-0 after a scoreless first quarter. Middlebury putting the 8 points on the board in the early going second quarter. We have 9:25 left in the half. The inside handoff to Sheehan's got some room as he takes it inside the 22, about the 15-yard line. Dropped there by Dana Atwood. They're going to mark it at the 16, picked up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Tigers. So they're looking for more. And you can't afford to give turnovers to this Middlebury offensive unit. Very dangerous. They're conservative. They're smart. And they themselves don't turn the football over. Middlebury in the full house backfield. Malcolm wide right. And the handoff now to Mazurek. Takes it left and against the grain. Finds an opening. Gets his way down to about the 10, maybe. He fumbled the football, and the Raiders have recovered.
got to about the 10 and then fumbled the football, and the Raiders have dodged the bullet. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
It was Mike Stempeck picking the football up no less than 3 seconds after I said Middlebury doesn't turn the football over. You look at the calendar, strange things will happen.
Masurik was looking for more. He picked up about 8 yards as he got inside the 10. Then he fumbled the football. Stempeck is recovered, and the Raiders have it 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
You look at the calendar, Jack. It's Friday the 13th. Strange things will happen. It happened on that play. Big break for the Raiders.
So Pat Dwyer has a man in motion. Left to right, it is Duval. Raiders have it 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line. Hand off to Conway. Nothing up the middle. Takes it to the outside. Does a nice job picking up about 3 out to about the 12-yard line. Maybe the 13. He picked up more than it looked. Cosmo File on the tackle for Middlebury, bouncing him out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. He was bounced out of bounds here near sideline. Got out to about the 13-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Raiders. Nice carry for Jake Conway.
And you're not going to take him down by yourself. You notice to the near sideline, down to our left, right in front of the camera's tripod, there was 4 or 5 Middlebury defenders over there trying to bounce Conway out of bounds. Finally, it was File getting the job done for Middlebury.
Double tight end set up with Paller and Matt Daly. The Raiders are in the eye. 2nd and 5 from their own 13-yard line. Handoff goes to Conway straight ahead across the 20 and out across the 25. Tripped up at the 26-yard line. A pickup of 13 for Conway. Mike Phelps on the tackle for Middlebury.
And you see what Jake Conway does just before the contact, feeling that he's got the size on Phelps, and he does. Phelps is 5'7", 150 pounds. Conway is 5'10", 170. But there's a lot of strength and beef behind Conway. He just put his head down, lowered the shoulder right into Phelps, and flattened him, rolled over the top of him, picked up 2 more yards.
Seth Bailey, a wing right. Stempeck, the up back. Or Conway, the up back. Stempeck, the deep back out of the eye. Stempeck gets the call, takes it straight ahead, and squirts his way for about 4 out to the 30. It will be 2nd and 6 for the Raiders at that point. Middlebury 8, Rutland nothing. 7:45 remaining here in the first half. Walker on the tackle for Middlebury. The market just shy of the 30-yard line. Raiders continue to send people in and out. Paller's out now, and now Aaron Bailey is in. A fumble recovery at the 8 for Stempeck, and the Raiders now have it out close to the 30-yard line. Seth Bailey is wide right. Aaron Bailey is wide left. Backs are offset in the eye. Dwyer takes it right on the option, pitches back to Stempeck, and he's hit and bounced out of bounds and loses a couple back to the 28. Martin Waters on the stop for Middlebury.
That play really fooled nobody to the near side. Dwyer rolling to the right in the option. Maybe had enough time to hold it for 1 more second and try to cut upfield himself, but Middlebury closing in quickly on the play, shut down any option Dwyer had. The last option he had was to pitch the ball to his right, and they lost it 2 yards on the play.
Lost a little bit more. They mark it at the 26.
So he lost 3 or 4?
Yeah, lost about 3 or 4. 3rd down, close to 10 for the Raiders. They have it at their own 26-yard line. 7:15 left in the first half. Middlebury with an 8-0 lead. Chris Mayhew is wide left. The backs are offset in the eye. And here's the wingback reverse to Duval. Breaks a tackle in the backfield, but he's going to lose yardage all the way back to the 20. He lost about 6 initially, broke a tackle. Martin Manning there on the stop for Middlebury. It'll be 4th down and about 15 for the Raiders. They'll have to boot the football away. They have it at their own 20. 4th and 16.
The last 2 plays, Rutland is going south on 7. They're going backfield, losing 3 and then losing 6. They certainly don't want to head towards Rutland until this football game is over. Need to get some positive yardage there, and the reverse just fooled nobody defensively against Middlebury.
Kevin Connors and Mike Phelps back deep for the Tigers around the Raider 45 as Carbonneau gets the boot away. Phelps calls for a fair catch, and he makes the catch at the Raider 46-yard line. So Middlebury will go on the offense, 1st and 10 at the Raider 46. They got it to the 8 before the fumble recovery by Mike Stempeck. And in the early going second quarter, Middlebury breaking the scoring ice. Middlebury has an 8-0 lead. A 1-yard plunge by Rob Masurik, and then the 2-point pass play from Willie Mackey to Jeremy Everett on the fake extra point.
2 fumbles in this game, and neither team able to capitalize as a result.
Zach Daly for Middlebury wide right. The Tigers are in the full house backfield. The ends are tight. And the handoff goes to the fake to the first man, and the pitch back now to Sheehan on the option by Mackey, and he takes it right. and gets his way inside the 40 to about the 35. Mike Stempek on the tackle. I'll tell you, it's run just like the wishbone. The fake to the fullback.
If you didn't think File had the football on that carry, you're kidding yourself.
Yes, I did.
I was glued to the near side hash mark to number 35, Cosmo File, and there was 7 Rutland defenders sitting on top of him. He looked up at all of them and said, guys, I don't have the football. You might want to get to the far sideline, and that's where Sheehan was running around the right side.
They mark it at the Raider 34. It picked up 12 when it was all said and done. A Middlebury first down, 1st and 10. Hand off to Masurik, takes it straight ahead, then to the left, breaking tackles inside the 30, inside the 25, and down at the Raider 21-yard line. That picked up 13, and another Middlebury first down. Dana Atwood on the tackle. 1st and 10, Middlebury, the Raider 21. Masurik broke tackles at least 3 or 4 times on that carry.
Middlebury does such a nice job of deceiving the defense and the broadcasters as to who's got the football. That time it was Masurik. I thought it was Sheehan.
Here's the fake to the fullback. Play action. Mackey throws toward the end zone for Phelps. A juggling catch. Did he make it? No! Incomplete. Phelps almost came up with a great catch. It was tipped initially by Billy Moran. Then Phelps had an opportunity but didn't hang on. After the play action fake, Mackey fake to File going up the middle and tried to find Phelps in the end zone. Near corner in the end zone. Great defensive play by Moran.
Earlier in the week, USA Today Sports Section did a special on cornerbacks in football. They call it being on the island. You might as well call Billy Moran Gilligan, because that's exactly where he was, on his own island, deep into the end zone, made the play for Rutland.
2nd and 10, Middlebury, the Raider 21-yard line. The handoff goes to File straight ahead, and File gets his way down to about the 15, maybe the 14-yard line, picks up 7. Clock running, 5:30 remaining here, first half, 8-0 Middlebury. Is that right on the tackle?
Dave Fowler.
Dave Fowler. Middlebury has a 3rd down and 3 at the Raider 14-yard line. Now they're in the power I setup, and Jed Malcolm is wide left. Mackey takes it straight ahead on the quarterback keeper. Gets it to the 11. He needed 3, picked up just about 3. It's going to be close. Jake Conway on the tackle. And it's close enough for a measurement. It would be 4th down coming up if they don't make it.
Getting back to that pass.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, here, okay. Here it comes.
That coverage by Moran, it was the 2nd time tonight that he's been back deep by himself. The first time, the play down to our right set up the Middlebury touchdown near the end of the first quarter. It is a first down for Middlebury, so the drive continues.
1st and 10.
Time, Moran was the only person back, made a great play. Middlebury receivers are going to get single coverage here tonight as a result of their ability to run the football, because defensively Rutland's putting more and more people at that line of scrimmage, which is leaving their defensive people back in single coverage downfield.
1st and 10, Middlebury at the Raider 11. The Tigers can pick up the first down without getting the touchdown. They're back in the full house backfield. They got a man wide right. The ends are tight. And Mackey goes to the fullback straight ahead. Cosmo File, and he got his way inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Greg Birajiklian on the tackle. Picked up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Middlebury at the Raider 8. Or the Raider 9-yard line. Check it.
This will be the 7th play of the drive now for Middlebury, and you think they've attempted 9 passes their last 2 games. Already they've gone to the air 3 times in this ball game to relative success, although the last play was incomplete.
Sheehan, File, and Masurik left to right, full house backfield. The fake by Mackey, throws toward the end zone, and it is complete for the touchdown to Zach Daly. Right side of the end zone, the 9-yard touchdown pass from Willie Mackey to Zach Daly, who earlier in the year alternated at quarterback with Mackey, set up as a split end here, and Middlebury has a 14-0 lead with 4:07 remaining here in the first half.
On the field before the game, one of the assistant coaches for Rutland, Ronnie Sabatasso, said a defensive adjustment was made. They're going to a 4-3, 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers to try to neutralize the run. They also brought a safety man up to the line of scrimmage, and for the 3rd time tonight, Rutland's been beaten single coverage downfield.
And it is Jed Malcolm in to attempt the extra point. Mackey puts it down. The kick by Malcolm is up, and the kick is no good, wide off to the right. So the try for the extra point, no good. 4:07 left here in the first half. It's Middlebury 14, Rutland nothing. Back with a kickoff after this 30-second timeout.
Dialed 911 as it landed on top of the ambulance back behind the goalpost in the Middlebury end zone.
Here is the kickoff now. Jobin Feinberg picks it up on a couple of hops at the Raider 18, across the 20, 25, breaking tackles, 30. Still on his feet, taking people with him out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Just about everybody for the Tigers there to drop him. We do have a penalty marker down. We'll see what this is all about. Jobin Feinberg on the return. It is a face mask, so they'll tack 15 yards onto the end of that. And the Raiders should have it up around the 50-yard line.
The problem with Feinberg this week during practice for Rutland, a swollen ankle. I believe he rolled it. Could have been in the last game. He certainly didn't look like someone who's got a bum wheel on that run. Good job of running the football, and he took virtually the entire Middlebury defensive unit on his back for an additional 5 yards. He'll get 15 more as a result of the face mask penalty.
And the Raiders do have it in Middlebury territory after the face mask penalty, after the run back. There's Dagan Murray on the kickoff, picked up by Feinberg, got good yardage, and they tack on 15 yards at the end of that for the face mask penalty. 1st and 10, Rutland, the Middlebury 49. Middlebury with a 14-0 lead, 3:47 left here in the first half. Dwyer now on the handoff to Conway, took it straight ahead, then takes it to the left, and he picks up about 3 to the Middlebury 46. Kevin Connors on the hit for Middlebury.
And you see how quickly Middlebury shuts those running lanes down. Conway was bounced from the middle to the left side off his left tackle. Had room for a second there, and here comes Connors to just shut that hole down in a hurry defensively for Middlebury. They do such a nice job of closing in on those running gaps.
2nd and 7 for the Raiders, the Middlebury 46-yard line. Double wing setup. Mayhew is wide right. Conway's the lone setback. And the handoff goes to Stempeck, the wingback reverse, takes it left and against the grain, cracks his way inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. A pickup of 8. Paris Rinder Goddard on the stop for Middlebury. That should be a Raider first down. Yeah, he made it with plenty to spare, at least a yard and a half. 1st and 10 for Rutland High. They mark it at the Middlebury 37-yard line. Big drive here for the Raiders as they try to come back. Middlebury in front 14-0. 2:55 left here in the first half.
Big drive and a big block, a big drive block by 62. Marty Corsell was getting to the outside, throwing the lead block that time for Stempeck.
Stempeck is out and Feinberg is in. A slot left. Handoff goes to Conway straight ahead to about the 35. Drop there. Picks up a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8. Donnie Mason on the tackle for Middlebury. Coming up tomorrow, we got MSJ hosting Brattleboro at St. Peter's Field. That's a big matchup, too. We'll be on the air at 1:05 with a pregame show, kickoff time at 1:30. Again, Feinberg is in. He's a slot left. They got a wing right. The lone setback is Conway. As Dwyer now on the slot reverse to Feinberg. Sweeps right, and he's tripped up. He lost a couple back to the 37. Had a little bit of an opening there. Jed Malcolm on the tackle. Actually gets by Malcolm, Vince, even though it lost a couple. He was going to take off for a few.
Well, listen to a story about a man named Jed. He shed a block from Greg Barajiklian, who has him overshadowed and outweighed by probably 70 pounds. And Barajiklian was the lead blocker for Feinberg on the end around, and Malcolm just stood that block to the side and made the quick tackle on Feinberg.
3rd down, close to 10 for the Raiders, the Middlebury 37. Dwyer, quick drop, looking for room, and then steps up, and he's sacked at the line of scrimmage. Quick drop, couldn't find anybody open, then tried to find that little opening as he took it straight ahead, and he was hit for the sack. Paris Rinder Goddard on the tackle. It'll be 4th and close to 10 for the Raiders of the Middlebury 37. 1:08 left here in the first half. Middlebury has that 14-0 lead as Dave Paller is in for Matt Daly now. Sometimes they're both in there, the double tight end setup. Paller will be tight left. Dana Atwood is a wing left. Wide right is Mayhew. Conway and Feinberg are the setbacks behind Dwyer on 4th down. In motion is Atwood left to right. 4-down territory. Pat Dwyer drops it back. Shoots over the middle, and it's incomplete. He wanted Mayhew down around the Middlebury 15. And so Middlebury will take over on downs. The Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line with 40 seconds left here in the first half. Zach Daly and Ross Sheehan wide right. Masurik is a wing right. Cosmo File the lone setback behind Mackey, and Mackey falls down as he wanted to hand it off to File. They're going to say Mackey was down, as that almost misconnected, then lost a couple back to the 35. And Middlebury calls for a timeout. It'll be 2nd and 12 for the Tigers just inside their own 35. Middlebury 14, Rutland nothing. 30 seconds left in the first half. Timeout on the field. We'll be back after this 30-second break. 30 seconds left here in the first half at Doc Collins Field at Middlebury, on a beautiful night for football. A couple of men wide right, Zach Daly and Sheehan. The handoff goes to File, the fullback. He was the lone setback, took it straight ahead for 5. He's dropped there by Dana Atwood. Clock running, 18 seconds left in the half. Middlebury has it at its own 41. It picked up 6.
Oh, and here's good news. Middlebury will get the football to start the second half. So they're going to end the first half with possession of the football and start the second half in the same situation. They will not run another play. That'll end the first half of action.
That is the end of the first half. Middlebury content to just watch the clock run down, and Middlebury with a couple of touchdowns in the second quarter, going into the locker room at halftime with a 14-0 lead. That's your score at halftime. Middlebury 14, Rutland nothing. We'll be back with our halftime show after this 2-minute timeout. For the Middlebury Tigers to receive the kick here from Jake Conway, and a line drive to Phelps, drops it at the 8-yard line across the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and he is going to go all the way down the right sideline for a touchdown. Mike Phelps, the opening kickoff of the second half, and Middlebury goes out in front by a score of 20-0.
Okay.
I believe that's 92 yards for the touchdown on the kickoff return for Mike Phelps.
And Phelps faked the handoff towards this near sideline, and that thump you may have heard was Tom Healey punching the post here in the booth, and you almost feel any air that was in the Rutland balloon just be deflated with every step from Mike Phelps as he went down the far sideline. Conway was the closest Rutland defender. He was towards the middle of the field, still being blocked as Phelps went by him 10 yards away, and Conway gave chase and just couldn't catch him.
Middlebury going for 2 here. Here's the pitch to Phelps on the option, throws it back the other way, and it's intercepted. So the try for the extra point's no good. It was intercepted by Seth Bailey. So the kickoff return for a touchdown by Mike Phelps. The try for the extra point's no good. Middlebury leads at 20-0. We'll be back with a kickoff after this 30-second time. Picked it up and dropped it about the 8-yard line. I got him for 92 unofficially. The 92-yard kickoff return for Mike Phelps.
You come out of the locker room at halftime pumped and ready for the second half, and just like that,
Jobin Feinberg picks it up at his own 10 and gets it out across the 15 to about the 17-yard line, and the Raiders will go on the offense right there. So the opening kickoff in the second half, Mike Phelps took it 92 yards for a touchdown. The try for the extra point's no good, and the Raiders have some work to do coming back the other way. That got out to about the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at that point. 11:42 left here, third quarter.
back to basics now for Rutland. Try if you can against that tough Middlebury defense. Establish something on the ground. Conway had some success running the football in the first half, as did Stempak and Feinberg. Just got to keep going to it.
Here's Pat Dwyer on the handoff to Stempak off the right side. He's got some running room. Got it out across the 25, across the 30, and dropped right there. Picked up 11. That's a first down. Kevin Connors there on the stop for Middlebury.
A lot of football left in this game, Jack. And Middlebury's going to have to come back against a very tough Middlebury defense, or excuse me, Rutland will have to come back against a very tough Middlebury defense. And not an easy task, especially when Middlebury's up by 20. They can afford to gamble and take risks, and that's probably what they're going to do the remainder of this football game if Rutland does not score.
First and 10 for the Raiders. They mark it out to the 32. That was a pickup of 13. Handoff to Stempak off the left side. Squirts his way out across the 35 to about the 37. Picks up 5. It'll be second and 5. Kevin Connors on the stop. The Raiders have it at their own 37-yard line, 2nd down and 5. Their first series of the second half, stunned by that kickoff return for the touchdown by Mike Phelps. Middlebury leads it by a score of 20-0. Dana Atwood is in motion left to right. And the handoff to Stempeck. Tried to take it right, and he picks up maybe a yard to the 38. It would be 3rd and 4. Kevin Odell on the tackle.
Trying to run a trap back to the near side. Stempeck got good blocking from his offensive lineman towards the near side of the line of scrimmage, which would be the right side of that offensive line for Rutland. And once again, we're seeing how quick Middlebury's defense shuts down those holes. It looks like a hole for a minute to run through. Before you know it, there's an orange jersey standing right in front of you with help from his friends.
3rd down, a long 3 for the Raiders, their own 38. They operate out of the eye. Here's Dwyer's pitch to Stempeck. Sweeps left, tries to turn the corner. And he does for a couple as he gets it out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. It appears to be enough for a first down. He needed a long 3 close to 4. We'll see.
Should be real close.
I think he made it. Yes, he did. First down, Raiders. They have it at their own 42. He picked up about 4.
Connors on the stop for Middlebury, and it was the last-second lunge by Stempeck with Connors on his back that got the first down. He needed 4, he got 4. And after 3 yards into that run, Connors met him, and then Stempeck just kept the legs running, lunged forward for a big first down for Rutland.
1st and 10 for the Raiders, their own 42, going left to right here in the 3rd quarter. They mark at the left side hash mark. They operate out of the eye. Duval in motion, left to right, handoff to Conway. Nothing up the middle, had to take it to the outside. And he's dropped a loss of about 3 back inside his own 40 to the 39. Paris Rindergoddard and a Jeremy Everett on the tackle. Lost 3. It'll be 2nd and 13 for the Raiders at their own 39-yard line.
Offensively, Rutland brought Duval in motion straight across the field to the near side to try to pull the Middlebury defense towards that right sideline, which would have opened it up back towards the middle for Conway. And again, shut it down in a hurry, losing 3 on the play.
Pat Dwyer barks him out. He's got a man in motion. Duval left to right. The backs are split. Play action, Dwyer pumps once. He's going to be sacked back inside the 30 to about the 28. And that was Paris Rindergoddard on the tackle. That lost about 9. The Raiders will have it 3rd down, about 22. Middlebury 20, Rutland nothing. 8:20 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, I have a feeling that Pat Dwyer's favorite movie is rapidly becoming Forget Paris. Unfortunately, he can't do so because Paris Rindergoddard is just all over him. Every time he steps back into the pocket, Dwyer has to start speaking French. He sees Eiffel Tower dressed up in the orange jersey, number 73, and that would be Paris Rindergoddard. Man, is he playing a tough ball game defensively for Middlebury.
They mark it at the 30-yard line. 3rd and long for the Raiders at that point. And in motion now, it is Seth Bailey right to left. Backs are split. Dwyer to throw, rolls left. Steps up and goes long for Mayhew. It's incomplete. He couldn't hang on. Down at the Middlebury 32-yard line. Dwyer got it to Mayhew, and Mayhew couldn't hang on. The Raiders will have to boot the football away.
Mayhew may have been surprised as to how wide open he was. Straight downfield, Mayhew lined up across the far side, broke it to the middle, had his man beat all the way down the center of the field. The ball was nicely thrown by Dwyer. Whether or not Mayhew lost it in the lights or something, the ball just went incomplete, unfortunately, for Rutland. They're going to punt the football away. 4th and long from their own 30 as Aaron Carbonneau back to boot, and a Raider jumped. They'll mark it back to the 25. The right guard jumped, I believe. Illegal procedure against Rutland High, and the Raiders will have it 4th down back at their own 25-yard line. 4th down, about 27. Middlebury 20, Rutland nothing. 7:40 left here in the 3rd quarter. It was 14-0 Middlebury at halftime. Then Mike Phelps took it 92 yards for a touchdown, the second half kickoff. Carbonneau now back around his own 12-yard line to boot it away. Phelps is one of the men back deep around the 50-yard line. And again, we have a legal procedure against the Raiders. The Middlebury defensive linemen are just playing head games right now
Phelps and Connors are the men back deep.
With the down lineman for Rutland, I tell you, if this keeps up, they're going to play what's remaining of the third quarter and the rest of the fourth quarter at Alumni Field in Rutland, because Rutland keeps going south as opposed to north as a result of the 2 penalties in a row.
Raiders have it back at their own 20. Carbonneau back inside the 10. The snap is a good one, and Carbonneau gets the boot away. And calling for a fair catch is Phelps, and he makes the catch at the Raider 46-yard line. So Middlebury going on the offense from scrimmage for the first time here in the second half. Of course, Phelps returning that second half kickoff all the way. 1st and 10, Middlebury at the Raider 46. 7:33 left third quarter. Middlebury has the 20-0 lead.
And this is where it's real valuable for Middlebury, and any team in football for that matter, to have such a strong ground game. You're up by 20, you're midway through the third period. Just run the football, try to get another touchdown, and just grind the clock out.
Well, Mackey on the handoff to Sheehan, but we have whistles, and I believe the play will be blown dead. It's going to be an offensive penalty, illegal procedure against Middlebury. We'll mark it back to the Middlebury 49. They'll have it 1st and 15. Jed Malcolm is wide left. The wing left is Ross Sheehan. Jeremy Everett is the end tight on the right. Setbacks are File and Masurik. Inside handoff to Masurik. Sweeps left and turns the corner inside the Raider 45. Down at the Raider 43-yard line. Picks up 8. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Middlebury. John Haynes and John Watson on the tackle for Rutland High. Middlebury has it at the Raider 43-yard line. Barry Whitney is the center, 5'10", 195-pound senior. Willie Mackey, the sophomore quarterback, 5'10", 150-pounder. Sheehan a wing left. Hand off to Cosmo Filed as he took it straight ahead, the big fullback. Inside the 40 to the 37, picks up 6. Jason Schmidt on the tackle.
Well, you mentioned, Jack, the first play from scrimmage in the second half for Middlebury. Running play picks up 8. The second one picks up 6. That's a good job of running the football when you can pick up 8 and 6 yards back to back.
3rd down and close to 3 for Middlebury. We'll call it between the 37 to 38-yard line. Handoff to Cosmo File straight ahead. 1st down and more. Bangs his way down to the 30. Picks up 7. And John Haynes on the tackle. The marker just inside the 30. We'll call it the 29. 1st and 10 Middlebury. 6:21 left third quarter. Middlebury with a 20-0 lead. 3
plays from scrimmage in the second half for Middlebury, each averaging 7 yards per carry on the ground.
Zach Daly is wide right. Middlebury back in the full house backfield. And the fake to the first man. And matter of fact, it went to the first man, Cosmo File. And we got penalty markers down as he took it down to about the 26-yard line. Let's see.
Holding Middlebury.
Yep. Gave to the first man, then faked the pitch to the second man. Holding against Middlebury.
Second penalty of this drive here for Middlebury. Drive starting out with a illegal procedure penalty, and now here the holding against Middlebury.
We'll get back to the Raider 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20.
You'd think Middlebury had 12 people on the field, Jack, being that Nate LaRock, 55, represents 2. 5'11", 300 pounds at the tackle position for Middlebury.
Mackey, play action. Throws right, it's incomplete. Down around the Raider 30, as his intended receiver was his tight end, Jeremy Everett. So it's 2nd and 20 for Middlebury at the Raider 39. At the end of the game, we'll have a Raider J.P. Carrera & Sons Most Valuable Player. Getting all the souvenirs from J.P. Carrera & Sons as Phelps comes back into the ball game for Middlebury. We'll have a Raider 12th Player Award winner, the unsung hero, and that Raider will get the Raider sub plus a large Snapple and a Snapple sports bottle. 2nd and 20 for Middlebury, the Raider 39-yard line. Play action, Mackey throws right, complete to Phelps at the 30, and he backs his way down to the 28, stopped by Mike Stempick. So the play action by Mackey doesn't throw a lot, but he's effective.
Well, the thing about it is his ground game makes him effective. The fact is they run the football so well that the pass patterns and passes downfield that Mackey is throwing are the quick outs, 5 or 7, 8 yards, a high successful completion rate, and it's all due to the fact that they're so successful running the football.
It'll be 3rd down and 9. That picked up about 9 for Mackey on the pass completion to Phelps. They have it at the Raider 28. Handoff to Sheehan. Takes it against the grain to the 10. And inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line.
Actually, it was Masurik, number 20.
Or Masurik, I'm sorry. Masurik on the carry. And Billy Moran on the tackle. Masurik took it left and against the grain. Before you knew it, he was down inside the 10. Got it to the 9-yard line. A pickup of 19 and a Middlebury first down. Rob Masurik on the carry. 1st and goal for Middlebury at the Raider 9. Middlebury already leads it 20-0 with 5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Masurik on that carry for the first down. And Mackey, some play action, some difficulty, took it right and then gets hit in the backfield by Greg Birajiklian. Lost yardage back to the 12, lost 3. It'll be 2nd and goal for Middlebury at the Raider 12.
And that play fooled nobody, especially Buda Birajiklian, the defensive lineman for Rutland, one of the captains. Just sniffed the play out, followed Mackey into the backfield and made the solo tackle after Mackey had lost 3 yards on the play.
Zach Daly wide left, so it is Sheehan, File, and Masurik left to right, full house backfield behind Mackey. He fakes to the fullback, and he is hit after faking. It was Jake Conway that got in there as the Raider defensive unit stiffening here. A couple of losses for Middlebury. That lost 3 more back to the 15. 3rd and goal, Tigers at the Raider 15-yard line.
And they may be starting to figure out exactly what Willie Mackey is doing in the backfield. Setting up those play actions beautifully with their ability to run the football, but the last 2 times, Rutland was able to get into the backfield defensively with Birajiklian and Conway making the last 2 plays back-to-back.
Phelps is in the backfield now for Sheehan. 3rd and goal, Middlebury at the Raider 15. Mackey fakes to the first man, pitches back to Phelps on the option, throws toward the end zone, and it is intercepted, I believe. And I believe it was Mike Stempeck, was it not?
It's hard to see now. There's a group of Raiders in that corner.
It is an interception.
And it's hard to see the number from this far away.
Or was it Conway?
Let's see.
Well, anyway, the Raiders... Stempeck on the interception he had, and the Raiders have it at their own 20, so they turn Middlebury away. Middlebury had it 1st and goal at the 8 after that run by Masurik, and a couple of plays lost yardage. Lost 3, then lost 3 more, and then the interception by Mike Stempeck. So an automatic touchback, and the Raiders have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 3:40 left, 3rd quarter. Middlebury with a 20-0 lead. Stempeck is the deep back. Conway the up back out of the eye. They got a wing left, and he's in motion. That's Joe Duval. Dwyer back to throw, and he's hit. Fumbles the football. Scramble. Picked up at the 7 and run in for the touchdown by Kevin Odell. Kevin Odell ran it in from 7 yards out, and Middlebury has taken a 26-0 lead. 7-yard fumble recovery for the touchdown for Kevin Odell. And that looked like a delayed reaction. I think Pat slowed down thinking there was a whistle or a penalty, and there was no call. He got hit, dropped the football. Odell picked it up and ran it in for the touchdown.
There was Odell on the spot for Middlebury, and it really appeared as though Dwyer was held up thinking there was a penalty, like you said, or something, because he rolled to his right, and he was moving at half speed. I don't know if he was trying to deceive the Middlebury defense, and nobody told Middlebury that there was a whistle. They kept playing, caused a fumble, and ran it in for the touchdown.
High snap. Mackey is going to get hit and drop back at the 15-yard line. He was dropped by Jake Conway, so the try for the extra point's no good. It was a high snap. Mackey couldn't get it down. But the 7-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown by Kevin Odell. The try for the extra point's no good. Middlebury has taken a 26-0 lead with 3:31 left here in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back with a kickoff after this 30-second timeout.
16.5 seconds for Odell to run 7 yards. One of the defensive linemen. Every lineman's dream to pick up a fumble and score a touchdown. Odell's got that tonight.
Kickoff is picked up by Aaron Bailey on his own 30. Got it out across the 35, across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. And we got penalty markers down all over the place as we have some fisticuffs. Aaron Bailey returning the kickoff. He was one of the up men. And let's see what the penalty markers are all about here. There are about 18 of them down. Might have been a late hit, even though it looked like there were some fisticuffs there too at first glance.
Holding Middlebury. Oh, personal foul Middlebury, personal foul Rutland. They offset.
Yeah, okay. Aaron Bailey got it out to the 40, so that's where they're going to mark at the nose of the football, just across the 40. So the Raiders have it 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Jake Conway, the up back, Stempeck, the deep back out of the eye. There's a wing left, and he is in motion left to right, Joe Duval. And the hitch, and back to throw is Pat Dwyer. Throws right, wants Duval. It's incomplete. Broken up by Mike Phelps down around the Middlebury 37-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10, Raiders, their own 40.
The thing about that pass play for Rutland is Dwyer has to have plenty of time to let Duval get downfield. He didn't have enough.
What he did was, when I said hitch, he faked the pitch.
Exactly. He didn't have enough time to let Duval get all the way downfield, and that's where Phelps had an opportunity to step in defensively for Middlebury. Had Dwyer had just a split second more time, he may have made that completion.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders, their own 40-yard line. Again, Duval is in motion left to right. The ends are tight, Paller and Daly. Dwyer on the pitch to Jobin Feinberg, who is in. Sweeps right, turns the corner for a couple out to about the 43. It will be 3rd and 7 for the Raiders at that point. Less than 3 minutes remaining, third quarter. Middlebury has a 26-0 lead. It's Odell who got that touchdown, and Cosmo File on the tackle for Middlebury. Duval is out now, and Seth Bailey is now in. And also Aaron. They both come in here. Should have waited another second. They were both in there, Aaron and Seth. The twin guys. Aaron goes wide left. Seth is a wing right. Backs are split. Feinberg and also Conway. Seth Bailey in motion right to left. Dwyer rolls left. Being pressured, throws down the middle. It is intercepted at the 43 by Phelps. He's got into Raider territory and runs out of bounds inside the 40 at the Raider 36-yard line. Returned at about 21 yards. Phelps, who had that kickoff return for a touchdown, the opening kickoff of the second half on the interception there. And Middlebury has it 1st and 10 at the Raider 36-yard line.
Every coach in America will tell you, whether it's basketball, baseball, or football, any sport, come meet the ball. That's exactly what didn't happen for Rutland downfield. Phelps read the play beautifully. He went after the football aggressively and picked it off and made a nice return in the process.
Full house backfield for Mackey and company. Daly wide left, handoff to Sheehan. Sweeps right, then turns the corner. Bounces off one man. Gets it inside the 30, inside the 25. And he is bounced out of bounds down around the Raider 23-yard line. A pickup of 13. Ross Sheehan on the carry. Jake Conway on the stop. Give him a couple of more. They're going to call it the 21 where he went out of bounds. He picked up 15. And in fact, give him one more. Call it the 20 as I see they mark the football at the 20-yard line.
Keep talking. He'll have a touchdown, Jack.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Raider 20. And the handoff goes to Masurik inside the 10-5. Touchdown, but a penalty marker down. Masurik took it 20 yards for a touchdown, but we have a penalty marker down. Coming over the minute 41 left in the third quarter, holding against Middlebury.
And how many times does that erase a touchdown? You see it in high school, you see it in college, you see it in the pros. Holding, offense. Obviously, they'll take the penalty on that one, erase the touchdown run.
And they're going to mark it back to the 27 from the point of infraction. So,
well, the holding penalty was thrown not at the line of scrimmage.
About 10 yards downfield, yeah.
It was in the secondary that the penalty marker was thrown. Let's
see, they have to get to about the 10. And they mark it at the 27. First and 17 for Middlebury at the Raider 27-yard line. Wing reverse to Masurik. Masurik takes it left inside the 25, 20, and down at about the 15-yard line. He picks up 12. Jason Schmidt on the tackle.
Friday the 13th belongs to Jason Schmidt, that is. What a nice job of tailing that play to the near side, making the solo tackle. Solo/touchdown saving tackle for Rutland defensively was Jason Schmidt.
Picked up 12, 2nd and 5 for Middlebury at the Raider 15-yard line. Left side hash mark. Zach Daly wide left. Handoff to Cosmo. File straight ahead. Cracks inside the 10 to the 8. Picked up 7. And that is a Middlebury first down as Jason Schmidt again on the tackle. Less than a minute remaining third quarter. Middlebury out in front 26-0 and the Tigers looking for more.
We have played this entire third period in one section of this football field, in the Rutland side of the 50-yard line, reflecting the 26-0 Middlebury score.
Sheehan, File, and Masurik left to right, full house backfield. Mackey hands off to the first man going through. Cosmo File got it down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal. Cosmo File on the carry, took that for about 3. Got it down to the 4. That was Dagan Murray, who was just checked in. He was a starter at fullback earlier in the year. Dagan Murray is in the backfield. 2nd and goal from the 4. Handoff to Sheehan, takes it off the right side, and he's in. Touchdown. Ross Sheehan, a 4-yard touchdown run, and Middlebury now leads it by a score of 32-0 with 11 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Set up by the interception by Mike Phelps, and the return back to the Rutland 36-yard line. And that took 2 minutes, 1 second off the clock. 36 yards on 5 plays, capped off by Sheehan's 4-yard touchdown run. Making the score, Middlebury 32, Rutland nothing, with 11 seconds remaining here in this third quarter.
So Murray got him to the 4. Dagan Murray, who was in for Cosmo File, and Sheehan took it over from 4 yards out. And here's Jed Malcolm in to attempt the extra point. Again, a bad snap. Mackey has to pounce on it, and that's about the only thing Middlebury's done wrong all night is a couple of bad snaps from center on the extra point attempt. So the attempt no good. They never got it off. 11 seconds left, third quarter, our score. Middlebury 32, Rutland nothing. Back with a kickoff after this 32nd time.
Essex is being the key game. Maybe they were thinking past this game here tonight with Middlebury.
Well, yeah, I don't know about that. Middlebury's undefeated. Here's Dagan Murray's kick, and it goes to Feinberg at the 18, 20, 25, 30. Takes it to the left, and he gets it across the 35, and then gets driven back. And penalty markers down. And it might have been a late hit against Middlebury. And coming with a second left here in the third quarter, we'll wait and see. No, inadvertent flag, apparently.
He certainly didn't drop it. The wind isn't that strong. He dropped it 15 yards.
Raiders have it 1st and 10 at their own 35 with a second left here in the third quarter.
Trying to get a little fresh air in that flag.
Mark it at the left side hash mark, just across the, well, they start the clock again, and that's the end of the third quarter. So we play 3 here at Middlebury, Doc Collins Field. After 3 quarters of play, our score, Middlebury 32, Rutland nothing. Back with the fourth quarter after this 32nd time by Ross Sheehan here in the second half to put Middlebury up 32-0, and that's where we stand right now. Raiders have it 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line, going right to left here in the fourth quarter. Left side hash mark. Chris Dupuis is the center. He's over the football. The backs are split. And a couple of men wide right. Dwyer rolls right, looking, shoots it right, and it is complete to Mayhew, and he trots out of bounds at the Raider 47-yard line. Dwyer connecting with Mayhew on the 12-yard pass play and a Raider first down. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
That time it was Mayhew who lined up on the far side, sprinted downfield about 12 yards on the rollout to the right by Dwyer.
Wait a minute, there was a penalty marker down.
Oh, nice.
They're going to wipe it off the board here, and I did not see the penalty marker. Crackback block against Rutland, so they wiped that off the board. It would have been a 12-yard pickup and a first down. And so the Raiders are going to have a way back inside their own 20, the 15-yard penalty from the point of infraction. They're going to have it back at the 15-yard line.
Well, the 1 foot that Rutland is standing on tonight, they keep shooting themselves in it with penalties just like that. A big play on first down, picked up 12. Would have gotten something started perhaps for Rutland offensively. Hold the phone like you said, Jack.
First down, about 31 for the Raiders at their own 15. Duval is wide left. And he's in motion left to right. The backs are split behind Pat Dwyer. Dwyer bumps into one of them as he goes back to pass and throws it over the middle, complete to Conway. Breaks the tackle at the 20, across the 25. And 2 about the 27-yard line. Picked up 12, the little pass over the middle. And Jim Moss there on the tackle for Middlebury.
Picked up the 12 yards that they would have had that penalty not been called against them. But still a long way to go for a first down. As that penalty, the illegal block against Rutland, backed them up to what appears to be New Haven or Virgins from this standpoint.
Second and about 19 for the Raiders, their own 27-yard line. Couple of wideouts left. Mayhew and Duval. Dwyer back to throw, and then he steps up as he keeps across the 30 and gets it out to the 35. Nice pickup. Picked up 8 as he kept, but was far shy of first down yardage. It's all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third down, a little over 10 for the Raiders at their own 35-yard line. Jovan Feinberg was in on that play. He's out of the football game now, and Mike Stempeck is back in. Early going fourth quarter, it's Middlebury 32, Rutland nothing. Mayhew goes wide right. Stempeck and Conway are split. They're the setbacks behind Pat Dwyer. Dwyer rolls right, looking, fires right, and it is intercepted. And getting his way inside the Raider 45 and dropped at the Raider 43 after the interception was Zach Daly, who's got a touchdown in this game. He's caught a 9-yard touchdown pass from Willie Mackey in the second quarter. And he had the interception there and returned it inside the Raider 45 to the Raider 43.
Pass intended for Mayhew, just overthrown. As Mayhew jumped in the air for it, and back in, we'll call it center field coverage for Middlebury was Daly. He made the interception and was squashed on the play at the Rutland 43-yard line by Jake Conway.
Jed Malcolm is wide right. Mackey's gone all the way at quarterback. Full house backfield. And the handoff goes straight up the middle to Dagan Murray inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Picks up 5. Jason Schmidt on the tackle. Dagan Murray was the fullback at the beginning of the year. Cosmo File taking over about 4 or 5 games into the season. Dagan Murray is seeing action here tonight. He was the person to carry the football, got it down to the 4 before Sheehan took it over from 4 yards out.
I remember File opened the season just playing defense for Middlebury as he was hurt.
Second and 5 for the Tigers, the Raider 38, and the handoff goes off the left side, getting his way inside the 35 to the 34 is Jesse Gottlieb, who's seeing action. He picks up 4, close to first down yardage, about a yard shy. Schmidt and Barajiklian on the tackle. 3rd and 1 for Middlebury at the Raider 34-yard line. Well, Jesse Gottlieb getting an opportunity there. 9 minutes left in the ball game. Gottlieb and Murray, an entire new backfield set up behind Willie Mackey. Gottlieb gets the call, takes it left, and he's dropped by Jake Conway. It's going to lose yardage back to the 38. It'll be 4th down and about 5.
And here's another situation where Middlebury, with their strong defense, will probably punt the football away to Rutland, because as important to them as a first down here is pinning Rutland deep and letting their defense take over on the football field.
Mike Stempeck is back in single safety, back inside the 10.
See, most teams here in this situation, granted the score reflects a lot of that, but would go for the first down. It's 4-down territory, but Middlebury, with their strong defense, will try to pin Rutland deep in their own territory.
He's back to about the 10. Snap a little high, but Everett gets the kick away, and it will hit inside the 15, inside the 10, still rolling inside the 5. They're going to let it roll right to about the goal line, and it is touched right there by Middlebury. Everett put it right on the money to the 1-yard line. 37-yard boot.
When you're up 32-0, you get bounces like that, and Middlebury certainly has enjoyed a majority of plays like that here this evening. So what's already been an immovable object, the Middlebury defense has an opportunity now with their backs 99 yards away from the Rutland goal line. So Rutland faced with a tough situation here, got to dig themselves out of their own territory and do it in a hurry.
1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line. Jake Eaton is the new quarterback, the freshman. And the handoff goes to Jobin Feinberg, takes it straight ahead across the 5 to about the 8-yard line. Picks up 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Matt Cram on the tackle for Middlebury.
I have a feeling you're going to be saying those two names for the next couple of years on WSYB, Jack. Eaton to Feinberg, Eaton to Conway, all of them underclassmen.
Jake Eaton is a freshman, Jobin Feinberg a junior. Second down and 3 for the Raiders at their own 8-yard line. A man in motion, it is Seth Bailey as the handoff goes nowhere. Again, that was Jobin Feinberg on the carry. Stopped at the line of scrimmage by Matt Cram. 3rd down and 3 for the Raiders at their own 8-yard line.
Cram did exactly that on that play for Middlebury, right at the line of scrimmage. When you think of Cram, it's for a midterm or a final. Here in Middlebury, they think of Cram, they think of a real tough defensive tackle, as only a sophomore is Matt Cram.
3rd down and 3 for the Raiders at their own 8. Duval's in motion right to left. Jake Eaton on the handoff to Feinberg, and he squirts it straight ahead out across the 10 to about the 15. Picked up 7. Masurik on the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Raiders, their own 15-yard line.
Well, every time you mention Feinberg with the carry, you say squirts for a pickup of 7. You really can't describe the way he runs the football any better than that. Small frame is Feinberg, but definitely big with his ability to run the football.
Seth Bailey is a wing on the left. Feinberg, the deep back. The up back is Conway out of the eye. 1st and 10 for the Raiders, their own 15-yard line. Jake Eaton, the freshman quarterback, barks him out. Seth Bailey in motion. Feinberg gets the call. Takes it off the right side. Gets it out to about the 18. Picks up 3. He's 2nd and 7. Tackle made by Hyatt. Usama Hyatt or Hyatt? Or I don't know.
Just cross that out and put Bob Smith or Bill Jones. Something that we can definitely pronounce. Clock running.
Middlebury's up by a score of 32-0. 5:10 left in the football game. Backs are split now with Conway and Jobin Feinberg behind the freshman. Jake Eaton. Duval is in motion left to right. And the handoff goes off the right side, getting his way out to about the 23. On the carry was Jake Conway. Tackle made by Nick Jackson. Out to the 23. Pick up a 5. It'll be 3rd and 2. Chris Dupuis is the center. He leads the club out of the huddle. Conway and Feinberg are the setbacks. Seth Bailey is in motion left to right. Hand off to Conway. Took it straight ahead. Spun at the line of scrimmage and then took it off the right side across the 25 to about the 27 for 1st down yardage. Jim Moss on the tackle. Nice job of running for Jake Conway.
Conway was wrapped up initially at the line of scrimmage, and he's such a powerful runner. He just spun free, darted to the outside, as we'll use the final 4 minutes here to come up with as many cliches and one-liners as we can. I'll say darted on that run by Conway to the outside, picking up the 1st down for Rutland.
The Raiders have to regroup next week. A week from tonight, back home at Alumni Field hosting Essex as Mayhew's wide left. Duval's in motion right to left. Jake Eaton barks him out. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Eaton back to throw. Throws left, and it is incomplete. He underthrows Joe Duval up around the 29-yard line. And we only picked up a couple anyway. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders at their own 27.
Good opportunity for Jake Eaton to get some varsity field experience here. As talk of the town in Rutland has Eaton taking over the quarterback duties next year for Rutland, perhaps. Know that he's...
That's one of those situations where the referee marked it back about a yard after the incomplete pass. It's back around the 26 now.
That's the story on Jake Eaton. Strong arm, big kid. He's about 6'2". Very strong arm. Just needs to get some varsity experience.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders, their own 26. Duval is in motion left to right. The backs are split. Eaton now play action. And he ears it out down the right sideline. And it is incomplete. Duval and Paller were both over there down around the Middlebury 44-yard line. He showed quite an arm there.
He was in the national, help me out with this, Tom, for throwing a softball or football or...
National Hershey softball throw.
National Hershey?
Pennsylvania.
In Hershey, Pennsylvania, the national softball throw. I got that from his brother Jeff, because I remember Jeff telling me that, very proud of his younger brother Jake. And
boy, you really aired that one out.
Yeah, he threw that one.
Boy, sure heard Tom Healey, sports editor of the Rutland Herald. 3rd and 10, Raiders, their own 26-yard line. Eaton back, looking to throw, being chased. He's going to fall and hit the turf back of the 15. It lost 11. It'll be 4th down and 21 for the Raiders. With 3:15 left in the ball game, it's Middlebury 32, Rutland nothing. This just hasn't been the Raiders' night.
Really hasn't.
After a scoreless first quarter, they started off getting a couple of first downs on the opening kickoff, and really things have not been as high since. Actually,
their opening drive was 11 plays, and finally they just took over on downs, did Middlebury, and it was all downhill at that point.
Corvino back into his own end zone to boot it away, and he gets the kick away. And Connors calling for a fair catch at the Raider 46, and that's where Middlebury will put the ball into play. Kevin Connors with a fair catch. And Middlebury will go on the offense, 1st and 10 at the Raider 46-yard line. Middlebury with a whole bunch of new people. Denny Smith will be in at quarterback. Denny Smith is the youngest son. You might remember he played on the team last year at quarterback. The younger brother was
Matt Smith. Was it Matt Smith?
Matt Smith, yeah, Matt Smith. The father is Bob Smith, an assistant football coach at Middlebury College, who went to high school with Franco Harris down in New Jersey, and
wow,
played baseball with Franco Harris as well as football.
As I'm sandwiched in between the trivia gurus of Rutland, Tom Healey.
They lost in the New Jersey State Championships to a pitcher named Raleigh Eastwick.
Just in case you needed to know that. I feel like my evening's complete now, Jack.
They hand off to Murray. Murray got it down to the 43.
If it's trivia, you guys know it.
Picked up about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Middlebury Tigers. Dennis Smith is the new quarterback. Dagan Murray is in the backfield, and also in the backfield is Jesse Gottlieb. As all kinds of changes being made, and Jim Moss is in the backfield too. They're in the full house backfield. Murray gets the call off the left side, gets it to the 40, picks up 3. Coming down to 2 minutes left in the football game. Middlebury has a 32-0 lead. Of course, anybody's game at halftime. Bill Sargent there on the tackle for the Raiders. It was 14-0, and then when Mike Phelps took the second half kickoff all the way, things really went downhill from there for the Raiders. So we can't say things after the first drive went downhill, because actually it was scoreless after the first quarter and still anybody's ball game going into the second half.
The knockout blow delivered by Phelps' return of the second half kickoff.
And off to Murray, and Murray gets a couple of tough yards to about the 38. It was 3rd and 3. Aaron Bailey on the tackle. Look at him.
Time for a couple more plays, probably. 1:15 remaining in this football game.
Got it to the 38. It'll be 4th down and 2 for Middlebury. Coming down on the minute mark remaining. Phelps is still in there. He's wide left. Moss, Murray, and Gottlieb. Left to right in the full house backfield, and Moss gets the call, and he is stopped at the 40. He lost 2, and the Raiders will take over on down. So the Raiders take over on downs, 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. Clock shows 55 seconds left in the ball game. Tomorrow, MSJ hosting Brattleboro. We'll have it for you beginning at 1:05 with a pregame show. Kickoff time at 1:30. The Raiders will be hosting Essex a week from tonight. We'll have it for you beginning at 7:05 with a pregame show. Kickoff time at 7:30. Jake Eaton is the quarterback. Backs are split, a couple of men wide right. Eaton to throw. Throws right, and it is incomplete. He wanted Duval up around the Raider 45. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders, their own 41-yard line. Clock stops with 26 seconds left. Couple of wideouts right. Backs are split. Feinberg and Conway behind Eaton. Clock stops with 26 seconds left. Back to throw. Eaton shoots it down the middle, and it's right on the money. Complete to Mayhew at the 39. Mayhew still on his feet. 35 down at the 34-yard line.
Nicely thrown football by Jake Eaton over the middle of the field. And I tell you, Mayhew, that one for Brian, had to know he was going to take a shot as he came across the middle of the football field. The clock stops as Rutland takes
25-yard pickup. 25-yard pickup from Jake Eaton at Chris Mayhew, and gives the Raiders a first down at the Middlebury 34-yard line with 12 seconds left in the ball game, and we'll keep it right here.
But what a nice reception by Mayhew, who dropped one earlier in the game when he was all alone. This time he was completely focused on the football, made the catch, took 2 or 3 tackles, broke all of them, and picked up an additional 3 or 4 yards. Nicely thrown football by Jake Eaton, the freshman, as he's got his first varsity completion here tonight. Be nice for Rutland to put one into the end zone here to avoid the shutout.
Middlebury has a 32-0 lead with 12 seconds left in the ball game, and the Raiders have it 1st and 10 at the Middlebury 34-yard line. Feinberg is a slot left. Wide left is Mayhew. They got a man wide right. Conway is the lone setback. Eaton back to throw. Throws long toward the end zone. He wanted Duval. It goes incomplete. Duval was the man who was wide on the right.
And welcome to varsity football.
Ball is knocked away
as he was planted by Barry Whitney. Eaton faded back to pass, aired it out to the end zone, and Whitney says, new meat, a freshman.
Timeout again for the Raiders. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders at the Middlebury 34. Again, we'll keep it right here with 4 seconds left in the ball game. Time for one more play. So actually, I said after the first drive, but actually anybody's ball game going into the second half. Unofficially, Mike Phelps, a 92-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
And after that point, really, Rutland struggled just to get something going. And after that, and Middlebury used that big play by Phelps to get more momentum into this second half, and really did not look back whatsoever. Had things clicking on all cylinders, be it offensively or defensively. And Rutland just never recovered from that second half kickoff return by Mike Phelps for Middlebury.
I say unofficially, but if we say it, it's official, isn't it?
According to us, it is. Our official unofficial is 90 yards, 90 or 92.
We call it 92. Picked it. That was the opening kickoff of the second half. Eaton back to throw, way back to the 50-yard line. Airs it out, down the middle, up for grabs, and it is caught by Conway at the 8-yard line. He's hit immediately as time expires, ending the football game. So Eaton dropped it way back. As it turned out, that was a 26-yard pass play to Conway, but that's the ball game, and Middlebury remains unbeaten. Middlebury stopping Rutland by a score of 32-0. That's your final score. Middlebury 32, Rutland nothing. We'll be back.